Leslie Burnett Sullenberger III. Routine? Oh, you betcha. He'd been to Charlotte many times. He knew exactly where he was going. This day was not routine. Shortly after takeoff, plane flew through a flock of Canada geese. Engine is disabled. By the time the captain got 8 miles north of here over the bridge in the distance, you can see the bridge from here. When he should have been climbing to cruising altitude, he was losing altitude pretty quickly too. Just over the bridge at 3:29 in the afternoon, he radios to ground control. We're going to be in the river. 2 minutes later at 3:31, flight 1549 landed in the river right here, right at this spot. He set it down, nose up, tail down, wings level, let that baby. If you'd like to get out there, it's ready for you downstairs in front of the boat, no chairs. Kid's got to have you with him.
That's unbelievable. Oh yeah.
Now, if you're on this boat, there is a pretty good chance that you are from someplace else. And if that's the case, an even better chance it is someplace smaller than this place, because most places are. And perhaps you've been a bit overwhelmed since you got here. Well, it just might be.
Again, your way.
Instead of a city that never sleeps, you're from a place where the all-night restaurant closes at 4 in the afternoon. It can be a bit overwhelming. Don't let Manhattan intimidate you. Think of the island to your left is nothing more than a bunch of towns and villages, compacted together all into an island. Barely 13 miles long by 2.5 miles wide. Don't call them towns and villages. Cell phones, they should stay off till we get back. It'll be a whole new look. Well, Manhattan left side, what's on our right side? Everything else. To your right is America. Out there somewhere, California. Oh, what a mess. Well, you won't see California from this boat, even on the clearest of days. What can you see? Same thing we see every day. New Jersey. This is Weehawken, New Jersey. Soon to be Hoboken, New Jersey. Strange names. Where these names come from? Oh, lots of people had a hand in naming things around here. First, of course, came the Native Americans. They gave us Weehawken, rocks that look like trees. Manhattan, island of hills. Then came the Dutch to give us Brooklyn, Hoboken, and Coney Island. Coney, the Dutch word for a wild rabbit. Then came the English. They gave us New York. And they also gave us Chelsea. And here comes Chelsea on the left. First of those little villages compacted into a neighborhood. Chelsea. Sexy, trendy, fashionable Chelsea. Where the ladies and sex in the city go to the gallery openings and the cocktail parties. Chelsea. There you would find boutiques belonging to such as Marc Jacobs and Stella McCartney. Chelsea, the longtime home of NBC. The sinking of the Titanic, front page news around the world. Local news here. On board the ship, the cream of cafe society. Oh, it does seem that anybody who was on board that ship. Lost at sea, John Jacob passed in the fourth sky to the Astor family. Down with the ship went Isidore Strauss, owners of Macy's, world's largest department store. Most of those on board Titanic were not rich and not famous. They were immigrants below deck in steerage. Most of those on board the doomed ship were headed for the same place we are right now, Ellis Island. Very few of them would ever see the place. Streets day and night. Many of them NYU students. One of them belongs to me. My daughter just finished up her second year at NYU, so I'm working nights and weekends. I don't know what sort of an education she's getting, but it's certainly been a lesson to me. Now when we get back, getting on towards summertime, we're to have dinner. Well, you could be in a better place. This town has 18,000 restaurants. You can get heartburn in 97 different languages. Do yourself a favor. Skip the theme restaurants. Yeah, I know about the kids. Buy them a t-shirt, keep them quiet. But this is New York. You don't have to eat in those places. Oh, for heaven's sakes, head for the neighborhoods. Chinatown, Little Italy. Take the A train up to Harlem. Joy to be jumping. Take the number 1 train down to the village. Get off at Christopher Street, then pier on your left with a white umbrella. That is the Christopher Street Pier. And if French really existed, that's where they'd be this evening. Have supper in the village. There's a plan. Be nice to your waiter or waitress. You never know who you're dealing with in this town. Why, it could be tomorrow's superstar. Big names of past years. Like Barbara Streisand, Jessica Lange waited tables in the village. So did John gave up her first job. She was a bicycle messenger. Madonna, back in the news not that long ago, was a hat check girl at the Russian tea room. And the current rage on the cocaine channel, Rachel Ray. Once upon a time. By 1910, from 600 stores, Frank had enough nickels and dimes to build the world's tallest building. Put his name on it, he did it, still there. You should have spotted it by now. 60 stories high. For 17 years, it was the tallest building in the world. People feared it at first. Would not stand next to it on a windy day. Frank was not afraid. He lived upstairs, and that green pinnacle, the penthouse was his. To the end of his life, nobody looks down on Frank Whitfield Ward. Oh, he knew the Astors and the Vanderbilts. Laughed at him behind his back. Their money was in steamship lines and railroads. His in gadgets and e-golfs, sold to the likes of you and I. Not one of us. They sniffed. Why, they would not invite Frank to their parties. Well, they might have laughed at him behind his back, but they didn't look down on him. He's up there 60 stories up, looking down on everybody else. And then by and by, after 17 years, Walter Chrysler drives the Chrysler building to 77 floors, and the race to the heavens was on. With liberty and lightning the world. As we said before, we're going to turn the boat. Right side first, left side. So hold your ground, stay where you're at. Don't be rushing about talking to your neighbors. Nobody should be standing on. China doesn't stop here. It goes straight upstream and docks at 42nd Street, right when you got on our boat. Only to allow first and second class passengers to go ashore. Then it's over. The people like Andy Moore, 143 passengers, is here in